Minnesota Vikings started their offseason program today, and it's a lot different than before. So this is not full-on OTAs as we know it, mini training camp, whatever. It is virtual. It is mainly instructional. So, sitting on your iPad for a couple hours. All right. So there has been lots of talk about Dalvin Cook potentially holding out. There's been talk about him getting a contract extension as he heads into the final year of his rookie deal after a pretty damn monster 2019. But as is the issue with Dalvin, missed a couple of games with injury, as well as wasn't quite the same player after he got dinged up in that Denver game. But it is what it is. I think it is a good sign that Dalvin's not going to hold out because he is participating in the virtual OTAs, especially since he doesn't have a workout bonus. Imagine some of these players, as well as, so the Packers, like Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith have like $750,000 workout bonuses. Like imagine just like, hey, I'm going to make $250,000 just by sitting here. Be like, yeah. Shoot. Yeah, just like it's absolutely insane, right? But the Vikings, to their credit, I mean, they could have drafted a running back, especially with 15 freaking draft picks, and put more pressure on Dalvin. Be like, all right, well, hey, if you're not going to sign a team-friendly extension, we have your replacement right in the window. Or, I mean, we already took a third-round pick in Alexander Mattison last year, who looks pretty damn good. They could have piled on even more, but they didn't. They didn't draft a running back. They didn't bring one in as a UDFA as of right now. So I think Dalvin agreeing to show up even after all that, I think it's a good sign that we're going to see how 2020 plays out. And as I've said before, I think it actually is best for both parties to have the season play out and see what happens after that. Because for the Vikings, especially when you have a quarterback on a premium contract, plus you've seen the way that most of the running back big deals have panned out recently, it's a little tough. It is a tough sell. Even though the Dalvin was phenomenal last year, and we saw flashes of that in his previous 2 seasons, he still hasn't played a full 16-game season, which is kind of important, especially if you want to be a run-first team. Plus, running back holdouts, for Dalvin, I mean, he shouldn't settle for what the Vikings are potentially offering him, and also the Vikings shouldn't break the bank at this point. But also running back holdouts, I mean, they just don't work. Like unless your team is stuck in the 90s like the Cowboys. So Zeke's worked, but you look at Melvin Gordon's, like how'd that one work out? It sat out camp, sat out a couple games, and then they're still like no. And then he still didn't even get a big time deal this last offseason as he moved to the Broncos now. So I think the Vikings and Dalvin should let 2020 play out. If 33 balls out again, stays healthy, pay him. Absolutely. He deserves it. Or franchise tag and play that game. And if he doesn't, the decision gets a lot easier. By the way, nor should I think Dalvin should settle. Say the Vikings offer on the table is like 3 years, $18 million, small guarantee, so $6 million per. I mean, if Dalvin comes out and then bangs it and does the damn thing in 2020, leads the league in scrimmage, and is one of the best running backs in the league because he certainly is going to have ample opportunity, and then he's like, well, this deal is not very good. I want more money. Then he looks like the bad guy. And then he looks like the bad guy to the fans. The whole, he already signed his contract and has to honor his contract. Even though owners never honor contracts that aren't guaranteed. But whatever. But it's easy for him to show up for these virtual OTAs, sit in front of the iPad for a couple hours. It is what it is. But we'll see what happens when actual training camp. Well, hopefully there's actual training camp. But when contact comes into place, when you actually have to physically show up to things. So we'll see. But I think as of right now, it's a good sign. If Dalvin wanted to send a message that he means business, could have easily sat this one out. But he is a good team player. We'll see what happens. And I think this is, I think Dalvin is starting to see that his best chance to get paid is to show up, show out, and then just hit it, hammer it, get big money next offseason. But your thoughts, Dalvin showing up for the virtual offseason program, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.